Hello and welcome. My name is Casey and you are watching Super Mega Baseball, the Fall-Winter Season, Series 4, where the Moose take on the Beewolves. On the mound for the Beewolves in Game 1 of this 3-game set is Hurley Bender. He is a perennial all-star in the Super Mega Baseball Series. Had a bit of a rough start so far this year as he's got a low 5 ERA. But it's early and you expect him to turn it around. It's a good start to this game for him though. The Moose go 1-2-3 as they take the field in first. Hanley Dexterez is the leadoff man for the Beewolves, and he will step in against Rhiannon Cannon, the Moose ace. Although you want to talk about strong pitchers having a rough start to the year, Cannon falls in that category, although she gets Dexterez to swing over a changeup there. She can't handle the comebacker, but picks up the pieces and gets the out at first for 2 away. And the third batter is on the ground to Nacho Crisp, so Cannon on track for a better start now. Into the bottom of the third. It's Dexterez back up for the Beewolves with 2 out, and Cannon delivers a fastball, but he sends it high and deep. This is carrying, and it is gone just over the fence in right. Hanley Dexterez gives the Beewolves a 1-run lead with a 403-foot home run, his second of the year. Cannon's struggles on the year continue. After 3, it is 1-0 for the Beewolves on the strength of the Hanley Dexterez solo home run. Moose have some hope. It's the 3-4-5 hitters coming up in the 4th. Bender has been lights out for the Beewolves to this point as he gets Quaker to swing over fastball for a strikeout, 1 away. Dingers just chips a ground ball back to Bender, and he lofts it over to first for the second out. And a ground ball from Chris to third base. Nice diving play, but they get the out, so the Beewolves shut down the Moose after the Hurley Bender home run. Top of the 6th, Lionel Martinez stepping in for the pitcher, and he just swings under a fastball for a strikeout. Not a great appearance there for Martinez. Irene drops a bunt down. It's to the wrong side, but it sneaks past Bender, and Irene has wheels, so she makes it into. She leaves for second with Jackson at the plate, but she gets a bad jump, and she's thrown out. So 2 away for Jackson, and he sends this sky high into right field. On the warning track, the catch is made, and the Moose still trail by 1. Into the bottom of the 6th, Charlie Best is in. Billy LeBoink rips a single up the middle, but Best gets a ground ball from Buster Biggs to erase that base runner quickly. 2 away, and it's a strikeout. So Charlie Best does what he does and keeps this at a 1-run game. After 6, the Beewolves have 1 more hit and 1 more run. They lead 1-0 over the Moose. Perry Quaker steps in to lead off the 7th against Hurley Bender, who is still out there. He has been dominant for the Beewolves. But Quaker drives the ball out to left field for a leadoff single, so they have a base runner. Dingers goes down on strikes. He's having a hard time getting his bat working. Nacho gets a fastball he can handle, and this is on the ground out into right center field. Quaker takes the turnaround third. This is going to be tight. The throw comes home, and he is in there safely. It is a tie ball game. 2 out in the 8th for Irene Fast, and she dumps something into center field for a single, maybe looking to get a 2-out rally started. Fast goes on the next pitch, and this time she is in there safely, got a much better jump. Jackson works himself a walk, so it's first and second for Perry Quaker with 2 away, and he gets a low pitch. He loves those. This one is deep and out of the reach of the center fielder. It is gone. A Perry Quaker home run, 418 feet for the bearded behemoth, and it is 4-1 for the Moose. Clouds the game out to lock up the win for the Moose in the bottom of the 9th, but Buster Biggs shows some fight. This one's out to left field for a single. Kingman on a line to Dingers, 1 away. Gina Torrens with a single into right field, so the Beewolves have something cooking here in the 9th inning. They send Ruby Green to try to tie this ball game, but it's 100 miles an hour on the outside edge to get her swinging for strike number 2. Bertha Banks showing off her big stick, and she wants to tie this game up herself. It's a fastball on the outside. She can't touch it. Strike 3, breaks the bat. Moose win, 4-1. Some late game heroics from Perry Quaker with the 3-run home run in the 8th to put the Moose on top. Credit also to Rhiannon Cannon with a solid start, 3 hits scattered over 5 innings, just a 1 earned run on the Hanley Dexterez solo bomb. All in all, a good performance from the Moose. They hope to keep it up in Game 2. Let's see how they fare. Bevis Ortiz is on the mound for the Beewolves for the second game, and they're noted as a balanced team. Balance is accurate for him. as Irene Fast gets a hold of this one in the first at-bat of the game. This is gone to left center field. Irene Fast with the leadoff home run, 407 feet, her first of the year, and the Moose have an early 1-0 lead. Hieronymus Jackson follows her with a drive to the right side down the line, and he takes the turn. He is into second safely with a double. Perry Quaker now sends this one deep, and it is off the very top of the wall. Jackson takes the turnaround third. Quaker turns back to first and scampers safely. It's 2-0 Moose. Dingers with a single up the middle now, and it's first and second with none away. The Moose are just piling on as Nacho Chris send this out to left field. No speed in Quaker, so he stays at third. Bases loaded for Bobbitt. This is high and deep and caught at the warning track. That'll be enough to get Quaker home and Dingers to third. First and third, one away, 3-0 Moose. Fred Bobbitt now a ground ball up the middle, so this will get the Beewolves out of some serious trouble. But the Moose strike hard early in the first inning. It is 3-0. Joffrey Rockman is chucking for the Moose, and he had a great start his last time out. A 7-inning outing against the Moonstars, just 1 run. He's in trouble early in this one, though. It's first and third with 2 away for the Beewolves, and Billy LeBoint comes to the plate. Rockman gives him a nice pitch inside, jams him, breaks the bat, and Dingers makes the play for the out. So the Beewolves threaten but score none. Top of the third, Ortiz walks Jackson to lead off the inning. You can see he's having a rough time out there. He gets Quaker to swing over a pitch in the dirt, though, so at least something going right for him. But Dingers drives this one deep into the gap in right center. This will split the outfielders cleanly off the bottom of the wall. Jackson turns, and he is going to score. Rip Dingers in there with a double. It's 4-0. Bottom half of the inning, and Rockman gets the opposing pitcher to swing over one for the first out of the inning. And Gina Torrens drives this deep. This is going to burn up. Oh, Jackson with a dive. He makes the grab for out number 2. Rockman with another strikeout to Dexteras, and he goes through this inning 1, 2, 3. A third of the way through this one, and the Moose lead 4-0. Buck Swiner steps in to lead off the top of the fourth. He gets a forkball up in the zone that he slaps the other way. Get up, ball, get out. It is gone just enough to get over the fence in left field. Buck Swiner with the 362-foot home run, his first of the year, and that'll put the Moose up 5-0 now. Buster Biggs leads off the fourth with a single into right field, so the Beewolves need to get something started here. And Ruby Green feels the same way. She fires one. Bobbitt stops it, but it trickles into center field. Biggs turns to third on the play, so it's first and third, none out for the Beewolves. Billy LeBoint trying to make something happen. It's a dive by Dingers to stop that going through. The run will score, but the out is made at first, so it's 5-1. This one's driven into right field. Irene Fast makes a throw home to stop the runner, but Knox turns towards second, and he is in there safely. Solid base running from the Beewolves, but Rockman gets Bertha Banks to strike out for 2 away. And this one is sent to Bobbitt on a dive. He makes the stop and stops 2 runs from scoring there, but the Beewolves get 1. It's 5-1. First inning for the Beewolves reliever Dusty Winder, and Fred Bobbitt sends this one deep to center field. It is gone. Home run, Fred Bobbitt. This one is 441 feet. Bobbitt's second home run on the year, and the bottom half of the order is getting it done for the Moose tonight. Rockman still dealing in the sixth as Billy LeBoink sends one past a diving Bobbitt. This will get to the wall in center field. LeBoink rounds first, and he is going to be in there with a double for the Beewolves. That brings up Freddie Knox, and he drives this one to the same spot. Jackson can't get to this. It's going to be another double for the Beewolves as they switch places and add a run. It's 6-2. Knox leaves on the next pitch, and the throw is down to second. Some miscommunication from the Moose. Rockman walks Banks. That might have been deliberate to get the ground ball in order, and it does. It goes right back to him, but he can't get control of it. Crisp tries to pick it up, but he can't get the out. It's 6-3 for the Moose, but the Beewolves are scrambling their way back into this game. A pinch hit for the pitcher, and that'll end Rockman's night. Charlie Best comes in to finish this inning, and it's a ground ball to Perry Quaker. He steps on his bag, 2 away. Another ground ball, this time to Bobbitt, over to Quaker at first, and Charlie Best does what he does every time we see him, gets him out of a jam. The Beewolves score 2 in the bottom half of the 6th, and it is 6-3. Irene Fast starts the 7th with a nutmeg on the pitcher right up the middle between his legs, and she's on with a leadoff single. She gets a good jump on a big looping curveball, and this is sent out into center field. Irene turns and heads for third. She's in there easily. First to third on the throwing error, and Jackson works a walk. So now it's first and third. None away for Perry Quaker, who hits a ground ball to the second baseman. Fast breaks for home, and she is caught at the plate. The infield was in, and Jackson is moving to third. They get him caught up as well, and it's going to be a double play. Some terrible, terrible base running for the Moose. And now Dinger sends this over to Banks, and what started as a very hopeful inning turned into nothing. Top of the 8th and the bottom half of the order is trying to keep their hot streak going. Nacho Crisp leads off with a single, followed by a pop-up from Fred Bobbitt for the first out. Buck Swiner gets one he can handle, though this one is going deep to right field. It is off the wall. Nacho Crisp makes the turnaround third. He is heading home. Swiner is in at second with a stand-up double, and Crisp slides in safely. 7-3 for the Moose. Roman Rhodes with a ground ball to the right side, so Swiner will head over to third. And so now they have a runner on third with 2 away, and they're going to pinch hit Jose Tremendo for the pitcher, and he sends this one up, deep, and gone to right field. Jose Tremendo! 389 feet on the pinch hit home run, his first of the year. Jose Tremendo gives the Moose a 9-3 lead. Bottom of the 9th, and it's Klaus to game to come in and finish things off. The Beewolves get a couple on, but Klaus gets a ground ball over to Bobbitt, who flips it to Nacho to end the game with the force out. Moose win 9-3. Well, the Bats were working tonight. 16 hits for the Moose, 4 home runs, a couple of first-time home runs for them as well, as they outscore the Beewolves handily in Game 2 of this series. One more game in this set as the Moose look to get the sweep against the Beewolves. Let's jump into it. Frangipani is the starter for the Beewolves, and she joins the rest of their starting roster with an ERA in the 5s. She gets a quick out on Irene and Hieronymus in pop-outs. Perry Quaker works himself a walk in the first, so we got an early base runner, and Rick Dinger sends this up the middle, so the Moose threaten again in the first. They had that big first inning last game. Let's see if they can recreate it here, but it's just a ground ball to the shortstop from Nacho Crisp for the third out here. Sanchez Silvia is back out on the mound for the Moose. She had a great outing last time against the Moonstars. 8 innings of 0-run ball from her. She hopes to duplicate that again here tonight. She's got her work cut out for her, though. First and second, and this one gets down. Irene Fast gets a hold of it, so it's bases loaded, 1 out in the first, and Freddie Knox sends this high and deep. Irene Fast makes the grab. They tag up at third. The ball comes in, and it's not in time. So the Beewolves score first in this one. It is 1-0. A pop-up in foul territory to Roman Rhodes. The catch is made, so it's just the one here. Let's jump ahead to the 5th inning. It's been shut down ball for both teams up to this point, but Buck Swiner gets a hold of this one. It is riding the line all the way down and just sneaks in the corner right beside that foul pole. Home run for Buck Swiner, his second of the year at 384 feet. Second in this series. He is finding his bat. 1 away in the top of the 6th in a tie ball game, and Jackson slaps this into right field for a single. He's followed by Perry Quaker, who gets a hold of this, and it goes down to the wall. Jackson looks like he's turning on the Jets. He's going to take the turnaround third. Quaker stops in at second with a double, and Jackson scores on the play, so the Moose take the lead 2-1. Dingers turns on this one and sends it down the left field line. Quaker is going to turn around third. The throw from Biggs, but it is not in time. Quaker gets in there, 3-1 for the Moose. Bottom 6 as the Beewolves try to retaliate, and they get a blooper from Freddie Knox, so he is in with a leadoff single. Bobbitt dives, makes the stop over to second to get the lead runner, so Gina Torrens replaces Knox on the base paths. Steve Monstour lines one to Dingers, but he can't squeeze it. He knocks it down and then throws it to first, but it's not in time, so it's first and second. This one smoked up the middle, but a dive from Crisp stops it. No play, but that definitely saved a run. And now Johnson Swanson is pinch hitting for Frangipani, the pitcher. And the Moose go to the bullpen. It's Carla Tolberg to get out of the bases loaded jam. She gets Swanson to strike out. And so it's Handley Dexterez in to try and get the Beewolves on top. Carla Tolberg deals, and he just dribbles it up the middle. It's past Tolberg, though. Bobbitt gets to it, but it's a slow roller and Dexter's speed. And now Billy LeBoink sends it on the other side of Tolbert, and so they score 2 runs on 2 dribbler hits. It's a tie ball game. Buster Biggs sends this right in front, and the catcher just steps on the plate with it. So the Beewolves score 2 in the 6th. After 6 innings, it's tied ball, 3-3. Bottom of the 9th, and the game is tied for Handley Dexter as the dangerous switch hitter for the Beewolves, but he's up against the best Moose have in Charlie Best, and it's a fastball on the outside. It's a liner, but Bobbitt makes the dive to make the stop, 1 away. Best gets a strikeout for out number 2, but Biggs sends this on the ground up the middle. A dive from Chris, the throw, and it's in time. Nacho Chris gets the 3rd out, and we're going into extra innings. Hieronymus Jackson sends a fastball back up the middle for a single in the 10th inning with 2 away, and then a ball gets inside, nearly hits Quaker. Jackson advances to second on the wild pitch, so they decide to walk Quaker, and that brings up Rip Dingers. He's 2 for 4 on the night, hoping he found his bat, and he drives this one high and deep. It is going to the deepest part of the park. It is called for and caught in center field. The closer clouts the game in for the Moose as he gets Ruby Green to strike out for out number 1 in the bottom of the 10th. The ground ball from Knox for out number 2, and that brings up big swinging Bertha Banks. She's going to try and end this game right here, but she swings over a curveball, and this game continues. Top of the 11th. Nacho Chris starts the inning with a swinging bunt. This just dribbles on the left side. The pitcher can't get it. No one's there, and Nacho Crisp is aboard safely. The Beewolves make a pitching change as Smack Avery has gone just about as far as he can. And so it's Benson Rushmore who gets Bobbitt to send one high and not too deep to right field. The catch is made, and Crisp retreats back to first. 1 away for Buck Swiner, and he sends this into the gap in right center. This gets down, and it's headed to the wall. Chris makes the turn. He turns around third as Moore sends the ball in, but it's not going to get there in time. Dingers is in with a double, and it's 4-3 for the Moose in the 11th. The game out for his 2nd inning of work as he gets Monstour to fly out to Irene Fast for out number 1 in the bottom of the 11th. You can see the pitch count catching up with him, but he gets Moore to swing under a fastball for out number 2. Klaus is running on fumes, but it's just the opposing pitcher left. He deals, and this is sent deep. He got a hold of it, but Jackson is able to get there for the 3rd out. Moose win in 11 innings, 4-3. Some extra inning theatrics to make this last one interesting for the Moose, but they managed to close out the 3-game sweep of the Beewolves in this one. Solid performance from the Moose pitching staff, and the big home run for Buck Swiner, 2 in this series. Let's hope to see more of those from him. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Casey, and we'll see you next time as the Moose take on the Hot Corners.